Hello, this is Fuel the Soul, and I'm here with your reading for August 2020 for Sagittarius. And we're going to just get down to it. This is going to be for the month of August 2020. Ooh, for Sagittarius. Let's see, 3 cards. What does Sagittarius need to know? Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Maybe I'm shuffling too high. Like they get stuck or they want to pop out. That's kind of crazy. I usually, or back in the day, I would just draw the card. But lately I've been letting cards fly out and I'm almost tripping myself that I'm seeing them fly out. It's kind of cool, you know? So let's see. For Sagittarius, I'm sorry, let me get there focused. Okay, 2 of Swords. Sagittarius, give me 2 more cards. What does Sagittarius need to know in the month of August? August. Sagittarius. 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 August. Sagittarius, show me 2 more cards. Show me 2 more cards. 1 more card. Sagittarius. Highest truth for Sagittarius, August 2020. What does Sagittarius need to know? Oh, a whole bunch of cards came out. So I'm going to actually put those back in. Oh, that's it. Okay. So, ooh, rough month. Let's see what's going on, Sagittarius. Okay, so we have the 2 of Swords. So there's something that's kind of like pulling you apart in the beginning of the month of August, where you're having like a heavy decision on you that weighs upon you, Sagittarius. And it could be so many things. You know, it could be you're trying to work something out and resolve something with someone, and you're having to make a decision, right? In the month of August. And you just don't know which way to go. You really don't know whether to trust that person. Uh, can they keep their part of the agreement? Maybe you're debating whether you need to it's something mental. It's something definitely. You have all swords coming out, which means it weighs on your mind and it's decision time. You're trying to decide what to do. Middle of the month, we see that you're still carrying that burden because the 8 of Swords talks about it being on your mind and that's all you can think about. It's almost like you feel like, okay, it almost feels like you're, if you will, drowning in swords. But you don't necessarily have to be drowning in swords. You just have to start making choices and decisions. Once you make choices, once you make decisions, then you won't have this in the middle of the month. So even though these cards have come out, this doesn't have to be, right, Sagittarius? This doesn't have to be. Things change day to day. We do these readings monthly, bi-monthly, but it's the choices that we make that make things shift, right? That's why sometimes we do a mid-month, people do weekly, because things shift. So this is weighing you down, a decision, a choice to make. It's on your mind. And in the middle of the month, we see that it's still on your mind. It's burdening you. It's burdening you. You can't really make a decision about something that it's heavily on your mind. It's heavily all the month of August. Okay? At the end of the month, though, I feel you come up with an answer, a solution, because this is the Ace of Swords. And you see the ring, the wreath around it, the green. It's you come up with an answer. You come up with a solution to what was burdening you at the end of the month. Now, that's great. So I think though, this kind of dictates a pace for you, Sagittarius. I think in the beginning of the month, you look at your options and your choices, and maybe you kind of you're like in the middle of the month because you haven't made a decision about what it is you want to do. Do you want to go in business with somebody? Do you want to tell somebody off that's been bugging you? Do you want to break up with somebody? Or but this isn't love. This is it is, but it isn't. This just doesn't feel it. This could be more like it's a mental thing. So yeah, it could affect, on your mind you could have everybody. We'll see when I pull out three other cards with this, because I almost feel like it's not really love related. It has an element of it, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's something else. Maybe you're thinking about something at work that's bothering you, something that's bothering you with choices and lifestyle at home, that um, placement. I feel like I'm hearing placement. You're having issues with placement. And so in the middle of the month, I think you still haven't decided what to do about your life choices, even, right? About, should I go here? Should I not? Should I speak up? Should I not? Um, should I spend? Should I not? Should I relate the information that I know, you know, or should I keep it to myself? But if I keep it to myself, you know, I feel like this, right? At the end of the month, though, I think you're like, the hell with this. I got to make a decision. I'm done feeling this way, tied up and bound, not feeling like I have any answers. So I'm choosing to make a decision. Good for you. Good for you. Because you're moving forward. You're trying to like get out of this feeling. You're trying to get out of this to move forward, right? And you strike. You actually strike. So we see that, right? Beginning of the month, we're trying to make some choices. We're actually Sagittarius. You're actually like dumbfounded. I'm hearing you don't know what to do. Middle of the month, right? You're still in the situation where you don't know whatever these choices are in the beginning of the month. They're affecting you in the middle of the month and not allowing you to flourish, to be feel great. It's a weight. It's a mental weight, like pulling you down. And we do see, though, at the end of the month, you just decide, that's it. I've decided, I made a decision, and I'm going to strike. I'm going in. Put me in. I'm going in. Great. Great. We love that. We love that. So your month doesn't have to be like this, the middle of the month. It really doesn't, because you can make this decision earlier on, right? This card can go with this card, and you don't have to have the middle, right? That could be gone. And you could do this. You could, excuse me, you could see that you have two choices or a few options, right? Because it doesn't have to be necessarily two, but it looks like two of them are weighing you down, or more possibilities about what it is you want to do. And then you can just make a decision, right? And then you don't have to have this feeling in the middle of the month. You don't, right? If you think that you feel comfortable letting it sit in your mind and stir and stew, almost like when you make a soup, you kind of stir it, you kind of make it taste, make it work for you, like, so that it has what you want in it, like a soup or a stew. You kind of have to let it sit and boil, right? And cook and heat. So that's for soup. And that's to please people and to please yourself, you know. Here at the Eight of Swords, you're kind of stewing too, but maybe it doesn't feel so great. So you could tell yourself, you could look at this card and say, well, I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm taking this seriously. So if I have to feel this way for a while, for a week, or whatever, 2 weeks, 8 days, because it's got an 8 right there, then I'm willing to do that to make the right decision. Okay? So, now, this is my first time using these cards. I actually just started on this round of readings. Kind of cool. I don't even know if I'm using them in the way they're supposed to be used, but I just, on the last reading, I knew, boom. I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for you guys. Okay, Sagittarius? This is for August 2020. We're going to pull out one card for each one of these cards. And let's kind of just see what it says. It's support. It's more information. What does Sagittarius need to know? What does Sagittarius need to know? Here we go. In the month of August, Sagittarius, first card. Let's see. Oof, that one wanted to fly. I'm gonna let it go. I stopped it with my thumb. Second card, it just felt right to let it go. Second card, ooh, middle of the month, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Support the other cards that are here. Give me information, universe. Provide me with information. Oh, those cards want to fly. The top two. Oh, and this one and this one. That's it. That's what I'm doing. Because they just went, they make a sound, like a snappy sound, and that's like a tell sign to me, like, let them go. So, here we go. Interesting. All right, so we see, Sagittarius, that in the beginning of the month you have like choices or decisions that need to be made, and they're kind of blocking you. Well, we see that the next card is, the supportive card is false person. Wow, super supportive with this card, right? With the one we just pulled. So somewhere in your life you have a doubt about another person, male or female, right? We see that, male and female, false person. And that is your problem in the beginning of the month. You don't know whether to believe them or not, right? If you feel safe around them, if you're comfortable around them, can you trust this energy? You're not sure. Middle of the month we go. We see that you have the Eight of Swords, which is strapping you down. Why is it strapping you down in the middle of the month? Well, because we have the courthouse. So it could be that you're waiting for a decision to be made, right? For you. And that's why you're stewing, right? And insecure about decision making, choices. It could be that you have to make a decision about what you're going to do. Are you going to follow through? Are you not going to follow through? Maybe you have to show up for someone else and you're not sure you want to do that. This could be obviously your own personal situation and you making that choice. Making that choice about a false person that's bothering you, affecting you. You're kind of weighed down by it because it does have legal complications, right? Somehow it affects it's on your mind. It's so you definitely have it like there's a decision that's going to be made. You have to go to court. You have to show up for somebody else. You have to prove something, and you're uncomfortable about that. Can you prove it? Do you have enough documents? Do you have enough information? Maybe you're afraid, right? You're afraid to step forward and deal with the legal issues. And so they're on your mind. And that's understandable. This could be a divorce. This could be anything. Tickets. Oh my God, this could be so many things, right? This could be you have problem with another partner. So many things. So many. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out, but it's everything, right? Come on. Let me just think about anybody and everybody that's gone to court. And so it fits that energy, fits that journey. But then we see again at the end, it's like a decision's been made, a choice. And then we see the house. This card says house. And it's nice, right? It's kind of nice. It's kind of like a 50-50 when I look at it. It's like, it's kind of crazy because it's almost like there's this beautiful home, but in the back you almost see like a dome. And that's almost like the legal, like here, right here. Look at that. Check that out, dude. See it? See the dome? See the dome? Right, that top that's got the point. So I feel like um, in August, Sagittarius, you've made a decision and you're going to go with it. You're going to stick with it and you're going to take like whatever you want to call it, like the risk or the chance. You've made the decision and it's about balancing your life, your home life. Because when you go home, you got to have peace. And that's what this card is kind of signifying to me right now with the Ace of Swords. It's telling me that you've made a decision. You want to have peace and you want to not deal. You don't want this affecting your home life, your personal life. It could even be an issue about a sale of a home, inheriting a home, fighting over a home. But we see that you made a decision that you don't want crazy in your life, right? You really don't want to deal with it no more. These swords are really affecting you. So that's what we see in the month of August. Um, and what I'd like to say is that this feels like this might be somewhat of an ongoing situation, but it looks like at the end of the month that there's a lot more stability here for Sagittarius. Like you've made a decision or decision's been made, and now you're kind of working with that. Sometimes, honestly, I don't like the Ace of Swords. I don't know why. It used to bug me. Like in certain decks, I just didn't like the feeling. But in this deck, I don't feel that way. I feel like I look at it just differently. I have different feelings about it. It depends the cards that are with it. And I just don't have that heavy feeling. I feel like yeah, strike, decision made, but it's more like a firm hand, like sometimes we need firmness in our life. Sometimes we need direction. Sometimes we need to make a decision. Sometimes we need someone to make a decision for us. It's okay. Like I just feel like this firmness and a firm hand is what I feel. And I think it could be good because it has to do with your home life, right? Your stability, your peace, your place or someone's place, but it's about home is about a foundation. You just don't move it, and I don't see any movement here. So I just feel like, yeah, it could be about a sale of a house, inherited a house, all those things, yeah, sure. But at the end, I just feel like a decision has been made about a house or about your life and the stability in that house. What's in those four walls, right? And so I feel like it can be a little bit of an ongoing situation, but it feels like it's moving. And instead of being in turmoil and like in the beginning of the month, like, I don't feel that towards the end. I feel like a decision was made, it's it's happening, and now we see that there's it's resolved, excuse me, it's it involves like your home, your stability, but I feel like you have answers now to some of these problems, these worries that you had, and now you know that you need to move forward for September. And or you might have more details, but it looks like things are going to calm down a little bit, just a little bit, and then we're going to see what September looks like. um, I'm going to pull from this deck a card because I feel like Sagittarius seems to be having kind of a rough month of worries. And I don't want that for you. So let's pull out. And I think I'm going to bring my bells. I got to look for them. Oh, Dios. Where are my bells? I may have to get up on camera, which is... Sorry, guys. But let me see what I do here first. Let's pull out a card for Sagittarius. What can we tell Sagittarius in the month of August? How do we give good healing energy and positive information? We like that this situation is moving forward. And we want an easy ending and guidance. So we have a card with a feather. It's so weird because I found a feather the other day. I'll show it to you right now when I get up for the bells. And it says, you are not alone. You are not alone, Sagittarius. Don't feel like you're alone. You're not. Everybody else on this planet has freaking problems, okay? I have problems. My friends have problems. People have problems. You're not alone. You're not the only person. Okay? So you can communicate, and you can look for you just you could tell yourself, you know what? My problems are nowhere near like other people's problems. Right? So a few weeks ago, someone I know passed away. Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. Right? That person lost their life. And sometimes I complain because I'm human about my own problems. And here we see other people have lost a loved one. Right? So sometimes we need to think about that. We need to think about maybe our problem is not as big of a problem as sometimes other people have. You also, I just noticed, I saw this, I wanted to point it out. There's the eye right there, el ojo. So you have guidance. And I feel like you're really trying to make this happen. You're really trying to work through this. I think that you are considering choices, and I don't think you want to sit and feel horrible and feel worried about situations and problems. I see you trying to move forward. I see decisions are made and that it affects your home. But I feel like it's a good thing because now you can move forward. Now you can move forward. So let me show you. Forgive me that I've moved. So the first thing I want to show you is, oops, there you go. There's that feather. Right? Look at that. Right? There's the feather. There's the feather. Just for you, Sagittarius. And I'm going to do this. I've been doing this. I don't know why. I have no idea. I did it for another sign last month. I think it was Aquarius because I just felt like they needed the energy. So I'm going to do it for you, okay? one for you. Okay, those bells are for you, and they're to give you clarity and strength and to clear the energy. Okay? I feel the soul, and I will see you in the month of September. I'm going to try to make a mid-month video. It'll be maybe a little different. It might be a love or money. I haven't quite decided, but I will try to pop out a video mid-month. This is for the month of August. God bless you, Sagittarius. I wish you all the best. I see that there's going to be some more resolving or more answers at the end of the month for you so that you can move forward. We see that you have the guardian angel. You are not alone. Don't feel that heaviness. The feather is for good luck. I found it, I kept it, and I thought it was for me, but I don't think so. I think it was for you. There you go. Good energy. God bless you, and we'll see you next month. Bye.